cough a little bit more effectively, and then we'll get you out of bed, do transfer training, and then we're going to go ahead and do gait training, which is just walking. Okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. So I noticed that you're breathing a lot with your upper chest. I'm going to try to teach you a couple of exercises to help you breathe more with your diaphragm, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, so what I need you to do is breathe in through your nose and then out through your mouth. But when you breathe in, I want you to see if you can try to raise my hand off your stomach. Go ahead and try it for me again. Alrighty, you're having a little bit of trouble with that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I want you to keep breathing regularly like that. I want you to take good deep breaths like that, okay? Good job. You're doing excellent. Next technique I'm going to teach you is pursed lip breathing. And it's pretty simple. It's kind of just going to have your lips like this, like if you were going to whistle or blow out candles. And so you do it in like that and out like that, like you're trying to blow out candles. Alright. And when you breathe in, you can breathe in for like 2 seconds and then blow out for 4. Good job. Go ahead and do it for me one more time. Good job, Zach.
Hi.
Today.
Good.
Okay, I'm going to teach you how to cough properly, how to know how to do the correct breathing. Can you sit up, or do you need me to raise a bed? Because I need you to sit up for this. Can you sit up? I always try to stay so first. Okay, first we're going to start with a little bit more. Okay, you okay? Comfortable? Okay. First, we're going to start with a technique that's called huffing, or huff. And what you're going to do is you're going to breathe, take a deep breath in, and then put your hand in your belly and go. Okay. All right. And then next, we're going to do a thing that's called K sound, and it teaches you how to tighten up your vocal cords. So if you can just take another deep breath in and go. Okay, that's good. All right, so, and then next we're going to do a cough. And in order to have a good, productive cough to clear your airway, you're going to need to cough twice. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you. Go. Can you do that? Okay, good job.
Yay!
Hi. We're going to be doing some percussion on your back to loosen up the mucus you're having in your lungs. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to raise the bed up. It goes off. Let me get these pillows. I'm going to have you lean on your side towards me. And you hug this pillow for me. And bring this arm up over your head. Lift up your leg. Lift it up again. Okay. Now I'm just going to use some percussion here, okay? I'm going to do this for 2 minutes. And I'm going to shake.
techniques about getting up from the bed, and we're gonna go walk down the hall. Okay, I'm glad you brought your own walker from home, so I'm sure you know the majority of these techniques. All right, you can go ahead and bring your legs over to the side of the bed for me. All right, and you're 65, so you can push yourself up there, sir. Good, use your strength. That's great. All right, what I want you to do is put your forearms down on there and take some deep breaths in and out. In through your nose and out your mouth. Okay, doing a little bit better now? Okay, sit back up. I'm gonna take your pulse ox here to see what your oxygen level is. 86, 87, 90, 92. All right, that's good. We're getting there. All right, and we'll need vital signs before we get going. Am I doing that? Okay. Okay. If I can get you to scooch to the edge of the bed, just shift your pelvis back and forth. There you go. Good. Okay. I'm going to put the gait belt around you, okay? Hospital protocol for safety. You don't have any incisions or any sore areas around your stomach, do you? Okay.
I put them right next to the bed.
You can go ahead and put your shoes on for me. Okay. Do you feel dizzy at all?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Just rock your feet back and forth like you're pushing down on a gas pedal. Feeling better?
Yeah.
Okay. What we're gonna do is use your walker here, okay? When you get up from the bed, I want you to push up from the edge of the bed, okay? Bring your feet a little bit back behind you to gain your strength. There you go. Sir, how do you put the brakes on your walker? All right, go ahead. Now, on the count of 3, you're gonna push up from the edge of the bed. 1, 2, 3. Grab onto your walker. All right, we're just gonna give you a minute. Get your bearings there. You feeling okay? All right, go ahead and don't take the brakes off yet. We're just gonna go slow, do about 50 feet down the hall, okay? At any point, if you start feeling dizzy or short of breath, you just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right, release the brakes. Right, left, right, there we go. A little bit slower, we don't wanna overdo yourself today. Having a little bit hard time to breathe? All right, go ahead and stop and put your brakes on. Okay, if you want, you can lean with your forearms there. Take some deep breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'll take your pulse ox again. All right, it's slowly getting there. Okay, we're in the 90s, we're in the clear. All right, release those brakes. Do you think you can make it to the edge of the hall?
Yeah.
Okay. Just remember, you're gonna have to make it back. So you don't wanna overdo it too much. All right, keep breathing in the nose and out the mouth. Still doing okay? All right, go ahead, turn around down here. Do you need to take a break at all, or do you wanna?
I'm feeling alright now.
Okay. How's the dizziness? Doing okay?
Yep. Doing good.
turn around so that your knees are on your back of the bed. Okay, don't sit yet, okay? You feel the bed now?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, reach back with your hands first. So lower yourself. Good. Alright. Take your vitals again. Doing okay? Okay, it's 60, so it's doing good. Not feeling any dizzy, lightheaded? Okay, go ahead and lay down back in the bed. Take your shoes off. There you go. Bring your feet back over. There you go. We'll go ahead and raise the head for you so you have a little bit easier time breathing.
Let's go.
Now, I forgot to ask you, this scale, show it to you prior to treatment, but this is a Borg scale. Shows the exhaustion on here. Can you point to where you feel now after treatment?
Moderate.
Moderate, okay. Do you remember how you were feeling prior to treatment?
Prior to, about the same.
About the same, okay. All right, well, it was nice working with you today. See you tomorrow.
Needs to be patient education.
Huh?
Hey. Alright. I'm gonna teach you some Alright, I'm gonna teach you some ways that you can conserve and use your energy better while you're doing stuff in the kitchen.
Okay.
So a few things while you're making a sandwich. You might want to just get all the ingredients out, go to the table, and just sit down and take your time and make it. It's a lot easier to do it that way instead of standing up the whole
Yeah, it
time.
makes a lot of sense.
Alright, and how are your knives at home?
Sharp.
They are sharp? Okay, that's good. 'Cause
I have a
having-
lot of them.
You do. That's great. Because having sharp knives is important because just chopping can take a lot out of you if you're using a dull knife. And things like that. And other things you can consider is something like a slap chop or some type of chopping device.
Oh,
Because those are safe and easy ways to chop
where
too.
can I get one of those?
They have them at the As Seen on TV store in the mall.
Oh, okay.
And you might want to have someone pick that up for you next time they go to the mall.
Yeah, it's good.
Alright, and some other things you can do is just cook the vegetables whole, still in their skins and everything, because peeling can take a lot of energy, and softer steamed or boiled vegetables are a lot easier to chop
Okay.
than hard raw vegetables. Some other things you can do is, do you have anyone who can help you at home or help you with your grocery shopping or anything?
Yeah, my kids can come over and they help somewhat, but I hate asking them all the time.
Well, utilize them whenever you can. I'm sure they don't mind, and that can save you a lot of energy. And just know you're gonna have good days and bad days, and some days you're gonna need more help than others. So.
Okay.
Yay. So, I'll try to go through this quickly. Alicia, I thought you did a good job with diaphragmatic breathing and pursed lip breathing. She had him in a semi-Fowler's position. She also used the quick stretch to try to help facilitate the diaphragm. She could also use the sniff as well. Right? I don't think you used the sniff, did you?
No.
And I would definitely, if there's multiple ways of doing it during the practical, I would do both ways, just so I can see that you know how to do both things. Kim, I like the idea that for the coughing, you wanted him to come sit up, but being that it was a bed like that, instead of having him sit up the way he did, all you had to do was raise up the head of the bed. Okay? If he's on one of these plinths, that also comes up as well. Because typically that long sitting is not going to be comfortable for them. But good with the coughing techniques. You did the huffs, the K sounds. I would just basically start off with, I know you've been having a difficulty time coughing up some of your sputum. Can you demonstrate a cough for me? And of course, the patient's going to demonstrate a very weak cough. And then you go into the different things, the huffing, the K sounds, and then cue him to do a double cough. And hopefully
hopefully after you give him those cues, that second time around, he's much stronger. Marissa, good with the chest PT. She did it for the position for the left upper lobe posterior segment. Okay, so this is the only segment is probably the most different out of all of them, where he is at a incline. The head is higher than the feet. Okay, and he is a quarter from prone. Okay, and you're gonna have to know all these for your practical and exams and quizzes. Okay, just to clarify, you said that you would do it for 2 minutes, the chest percussion, and then you ask him to take a deep, after the 2 minutes, ask him to take a deep breath in, and then on exhale, you do the vibration, shaking, either one or the other or both, and then you ask him to cough twice after that. Then if you want to percuss some more on the same segment, then you go back to the 2 minutes of percussing, and then at the end of that, take a deep breath in, out, vibrate and shake, do it again, and then ask him to cough twice. Make sure that you have the tissues, which you did, or a bucket. He was in good position where he was just on his side, that he could just come out. If he was in a Trendelenburg position, then you'd have to ask him to roll to his side. Jen did a good job about utilizing the tripod position. She did it when he was sitting up, that was good. And she also asked him to do it on the walker. I might have asked him or told him about the walker tripod position when he was still sitting there, and said, you know, when we're walking, if you feel short of breath, then this is what I want you to do, just demonstrate it, okay? Because you just verbalized, and that was fine, but just that way he can see a visual before you ask him to do it again. Supine to sit, you know, you're a little comical about him being 65 and being able to sit up. You could, if you want to assume, say, you know, can you sit up on the side of the bed? If he can't, then you'd have to assist him. So it is good to ask, can you sit up on the side of the bed? If they can't, then you go and assist. Don't just assume that they can or can't. First see what they can do, and then say, I'll help you out with the rest. Four-wheeled walker with the seat is a pretty good choice for someone with COPD. On the practical, I do not want to see that because you can't adjust it as much for the height. So I am looking for the two-wheeled walker. Okay. But I understand why you got that is for energy conservation. Down the line, then yes, they're going to go back to that. Initially, they're just in the hospital. I would go to a two-wheeled first. Okay. Because I want to make sure that you're adjusting the height up or down. And typically those adjust a little bit, but typically they're either too high for them or too short for them. If you're going to walk them, walk him a certain amount of distance, you do have the tripod position open to you to rest. If they say, I really can't do it anymore, I need to sit, make sure that before you have them walking that you have chairs lined up, or you keep them close to one of the chairs. And that way, if he does need to sit, it's close by, whereas there's nothing, and you walk them all the way here, and let's say there's no chairs there, and you get to this point, and the only place to sit is way down there, you know, you're gonna have a problem. So maybe put a chair in the middle, and just have him walk close to that, in case he needs to sit and rest. Okay. And when he sits, make sure that when you're guarding him that you're kind of bending your knees too, and not just he's sitting and go like that. You may have to help lower him down a little bit. And energy conservation, Zach brought up some really good points for the kitchen and other things. Biggest thing with energy conservation is pacing activities, taking rest periods, taking breaks, breaking them into multiple steps. That's going to be really key for them. So everything with what you said, and you could also say, take rest periods, sit down and do activities. You know, it's okay to break things up into different steps,